Hi everyone, once again welcome back to Easy Chapters. Today we are going to study one more topic from models. Let's get started. Today we are going to study the modal verb would. In which all situations we can use would. Would is a modal verb that is used to express past habits. Something that happened in the past or some habits that we used to have during our past days. We can express those habits using the modal verb would. Let's see a few examples that shows would can be used to represent past habits. The first example, I would dance well in my school days. Second example, he would study well when he was a child. We all will be having some skills, some talents or some habits that we used to practice during our childhood days or our school days, and that may not be a part of our today's life, right? So, would can be used to represent those past actions. Would can be used to express polite requests and offers also. Let's see the example. Would you like some coffee? It's a very polite offer, right? The second sentence. Would you mind using your laptop? You're asking someone for their laptop and we are asking in a very polite way. So we can use would for that. Would you mind using your laptop? So would can be used to express polite requests and offers. Would can be used to express hypothetical statements or conditional statements. If I were rich, I would buy a bungalow. What is the meaning there? First of all, I am not rich and I am not in a position to buy a bungalow. But if I were rich, I would buy a bungalow, right? So that is the hypothetical statement and we can use would to represent hypothetical statements. Now, would can be used to represent wishes in a very polite way. I would like to eat pizza. So, we are making our wish in a very polite and humble way. So, would can be used to make humble and polite wishes. Would can be used to express our preferences also. When we are given two options and we have to choose one, we can use would in combination with the word rather. Let's see the example. I would rather have some coffee than tea. What it is? If we are asked whether you would like to have some coffee or tea, we'll be telling the reply that I would rather go for tea than coffee. Now the next example, we would rather watch some movies than games. Again, two options are there, movies and games. In such situations, we have to opt one and there we can use would with rather to choose the one. Would can be used to express indirect speech. We all know what is a direct speech and indirect speech. Here the first sentence isn't the direct speech. The teacher said the school will be closed next month. And when we are converting the same sentence into indirect speech, the sentence will become the teacher said that the school would be closed next month. So when we are changing direct speech into indirect speech, that sentence will be changing into past tense and for that we have to use would. So would can be used to represent indirect statements. So we studied about the modal verb would and where we have to use it. Would can be used for making wishes, offers and requests in a very polite form. Then it can be used for conditional statements or hypothetical statements. Then would can be used for giving preferences, and finally we learned that would can be used for indirect statements. To express indirect statements we can use would. Our next modal verb is should. Now we will see where we can use the modal verb should. Should can be used when we have to express some advice, some necessities or we have to recommend something. For example, the first example is you should drink a lot of water. It's an advice or recommendation, right? Our second example, you should attend this seminar. What it is? It's again an advice. So, should can be used in situations we can express necessity, advice or recommendation. Should can be used in a variety of situations. When we are in a situation to advise somebody, to correct somebody or to say some opinion, we can use should. Then in situations of obligation, duty, for keeping some expectations. In all such situations, we can use should. Let us see the example. You should wear the seat belt. It's an advice, right? It's an opinion, it's an advice. Or we can say it's our duty to obey the rule. So, should can be used in situations that demand advice. Second one, you should respect your parents. That is our obligation, or it's our duty to respect our parents or elders. Third one, you should inform the police. Again, it's an advice or opinion. Fourth one, they should win today's match. What it is? It's our expectation, right? To express our expectation, we can use should. The last sentence, you should have been more careful. If something happens wrong, people used to say like that. You should be more careful, or you should have been more careful, right? So, should can be used in all these situations. Should can be used to express some past events. That is, some past events or desires that didn't happen, but now I regret for the same. In such situations, we can use should. Example is, I should have completed my work on time. What it means? I was given some work to do on time and I haven't done. In such situations, now at this moment, I regret for not doing my work. So, in such situations, we can say, I should have completed my work on time. So, we can use should to express some past events or desires that didn't occur, and when we are in a moment to regret about that. Now, we can use another modal verb, that is ought to, in the place of should. So, should can be replaced with another modal verb, ought to. Example, you should take care of your parents. It's our duty, right? To express the duty, we are using should. You should take care of your parents. Now, in this sentence, we can replace should with ought to. Now, the sentence will become, you ought to take care of your parents. So, should can be replaced with another modal verb, ought to. Should can be used in situations that demand advice, opinion, expectations, then duty, obligation, past incidents, etc. So that's all about the modal verb should. We are heading to the last topic, that is the modal verb must. Let's see. Must can be used in situations that demand obligation, necessity, if there is a situation to prohibit something, to come to a conclusion, or if there is a situation to say something with certainty, or a situation for recommending something. In all such situations, we can use must. Now we'll see the examples. Our first example, you must fasten your seatbelt. What it is? It's a very strict necessity or advice, right? So, must can be used in situations that demand strict advice or necessity. Second case, you must consult a doctor. What it is? It's again an advice or recommendation. Third one, exploitation of animals must be prohibited, or domestic violence must be prohibited. It's also a very strict recommendation or prohibition. Last one, that must be my father's call. It is something that is dealing with certainty, right? So must can be used in situations where there is no alternatives or no other options left. So the situation will be that much strict or compulsory. Situations where we use should and ought to, the situation is not that much a strict one. So must can be used in very strict and compulsory situations where there is no other options left or no other alternatives. You must do that. In such strict and compulsion situations only, we can use must. Otherwise, we can use should or ought to for the same functions. Now, must can be replaced with another two modal verbs, that are have to or need to. So, the same function can be done with other modal verbs, have to and need to. Now, there is an example. You must consult a doctor. In this situation, we can change the modal verb must with have to or need to. Now, what will be the sentence then? You must consult a doctor will become you have to consult a doctor, or you need to consult a doctor. All the three sentences are conveying the same message only. This we are completing the topic modal verbs. I hope this portion is clear for you. I shall be back with some other interesting videos soon. Bye.